All right, team, welcome on into Pilates, which is not a joke. Pilates 9, all right, so you're all super welcome on into Pilates. It's super lovely to have you all join us here. Hope you're all doing okay. So, this is Pilates 9, so if you haven't done Pilates before, lots of focus on strengthening all those muscles that support healthy spine. Hey there, Dad. Just saying. If you want healthy spine, thinking about the glutes, thinking about the quads, and a little bit of flexibility there as well. You can jump over into our Zoom room. So we've got Rise TV's now started, so we've got the app for that. So hopefully you've all got to grips with that. You can also jump in and you can join us in the Zoom room via Wellness Living if you're a member. All right, exciting things to announce is also outside yoga is coming to you at some point soon. So that's in the pipeline. So we've been thinking about locations, sorting all that out so we can actually have some real life classes, hopefully not too far away. So keep an eye on your inbox for that. Other exciting things that are happening soon is, it's Sculpt tomorrow, which I always find exciting. Sculpt at 8:30 in the morning. And we've also got a new Sculpt class starting next Tuesday evening as well. So if you're a Sculpt fan, then we have got extra Sculpt coming your way. Awesome stuff. So this is Pilates. You don't really need anything today except yourself, a mat. If you like to use a brick or any supports for your practice, just for any seated positions, feel free to grab them now. Maybe as well, if you like to use a strap, do feel free to get yourself set up, and we'll get started very soon. Awesome. Cool. So we are going to start today's class down on the floor in a wide leg child's pose. So we're going to start off with our plank-based sequence today. Then we're going to come up to standing. We're going to do a little bit more work down on the floor and take some abdominal work as well. So thinking about bringing the knees out wide towards the edge of the mat. This is Pilates 9. Knees out wide towards the edge of the mat. Big toes together, hips down towards the heels. And we'll get started there very soon. So just closing the eyes. Deep inhales. And exhales, relaxing the shoulders down. Inhaling. Exhaling. So really deep, full breaths in. And deep breaths into the back body, into the spine. Just taking a few moments to reset, to relax. Letting the body and the mind become more spacious. So remember, in Pilates, it's all about building strength, thinking about the core particularly, as well as the lower body. So do feel free just to modify and adapt as you need, and focus on that muscular awareness. Focus on finding expressions of the pose that feel good in your body. When you're ready, just taking one more deep breath in. And out here. And from there, we're going to roll on up and find our way to a table pose. So hands are underneath the shoulders, engaging the core, thinking about spreading the fingers out wide, making sure the back is long here. So often we have a tendency to let the tummy drop or to arch the spine. What you want to do here is almost imagine the tailbone is tucking, squeeze the abdominals in, press really hard with the hands into the mat. So you're starting to find that energy through the back body, through the shoulders. Make sure the fingers are spread out wide, almost imagining you gripping onto the mat. Crown of the head is extending towards the front of the room, so the back of the neck is long. From there, we're just going to tuck the toes and find our way straight into a plank position. Thinking about squeezing in the core, squeezing in the glutes, and from there, we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. So we're going to get started with walk out. So nice way to warm up the body. We're going to walk the hands back towards the feet, and then we're going to walk forwards again. So we're thinking about squeezing in the core, trying not to wiggle the hips from side to side. We're just moving forwards from a plank into a pike. Do feel free to take a bend in the knees if you need to. You can take as long as you need, maybe enjoying that lovely floppy forward fold, relaxing the head, the shoulders. Really nice if you've had a long day at the desk, you need to take a little bit of release, thinking about pressing really hard with the hands into the mat, squeezing in the core. We're finding a nice bit of dynamic flexibility through the backs of the legs. Working here, so just walking forwards, strong through the core, and walking back again. So remember to breathe. Remember to keep that core engaged. So engaging the core is what's going to help stabilize this movement from a plank and into that forward fold to find control. So you try not to rush it, try not to throw the hips up, but almost imagine it's that contraction of the abdominals as well as that power in the arms, in the back body that is supporting that movement forwards and backwards. Taking one more walk forwards. Planting the hands underneath the shoulders, pressing the hands really hard into that, squeezing in the core, and from there we're just going to drop to the knees, find our way into table. So first little exercise, we're just going to work into a Superman, nice way to warm up. So thinking about finding that strength in the core, that long spine once again. From there, the left foot and the right hand are going to extend. So we're moving into a little balance here, right hand forwards, left toes back, engage the muscles, that extending left leg, inhale, and exhale, start to drive, knee to nose, squeezing in the core. So we're inhale, extending, making sure the hips are neutral, the core is engaged, stretch, and then strong through the core, drive, knee to nose. So if you want to, you could just plant both hands down, lose the arm movement. We're finding that sense of strength in the glutes. Remember, it's not so much with moving the foot, so much as engaging the left glute, and then we're driving knee to nose, not moving the nose, but that sense of stretching in squeezing into the core. Working here for 3. So lovely way to lengthen, to extend, work on balance and on strength. 2. And 1, right hand plants. And from there, engage the core. Left hand extends, right foot extends. And we're thinking about squeezing in the core. Try not to let the balance go. And when you're ready, drive knee to nose. Squeeze the core, power really hard. So we're thinking about extending and stretching out. Engage that right glute. And drive knee to nose, squeeze, 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 arch in the back. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, strong core, arch it out. So we're thinking about that sense of length through the spine. We're thinking about squeezing in the core. Working on balance, starting to build some heat into the body. So think about that muscular awareness. Think about that power. Working here for 5, nice job. 4, really strong movements. 3, extend and drive. 2, 1 more, and release. Plant the hands and the feet down. We're dropping the heels down towards the bum here. Bring the hands to the thighs, shoulders back, engage the core. So we're going to inhale, press the hips forwards, open out through the heart, squeeze the glutes, stretch out through the chest, and exhale, slowly with control, return back down. So remember, the aim here is to strengthen the glutes. So as you come up, feel the glutes fire up, the bum fire up, and we're opening through the chest, mobilizing. So again, a really nice little exercise to take if you've been at a desk all day, really nice one to take if you've got a little lunch break. We're thinking about just starting to open up, undo all of that work that comes from sitting. So we're thinking about strengthening the glutes and opening through the heart. Perfect. Inhaling. Really use the breath here. Exhale, slow movement down. Feel that core fire up. Great job working here for 3. It's a lovely opening, stretching pose. Nice and fluid movement. 2. 1 more. Awesome stuff. And release. Perfect. From there, we're going to walk our hands forwards again, finding our way back into a tabletop, and then from there into a plank. Fingers are spread out wide, core engaged. We're going to move into an exercise called bolt here. So we're going to send the hips to the heels. We're going to take a little triple pulse, and then we're going to squeeze the core, power forwards into a plank. So we're taking this little triple pulse at the back, so then coming into this little panther extension. So the knees are hovering, the core is engaged. You should feel the quads start to fire. We're taking a little triple pulse, working those quads harder, and then flowing forwards into a plank. If you'd like to extend this pose, what we're going to do is we're going to flow forwards and we're going to drive knee to nose, taking this little extension, working harder into the abs. So little triple pulse, and then squeeze, drive knee to nose. So working here, thinking about power in the back body. We're thinking about strength in the core. Really pressing hard with the hands into the mat. Finding that flow. Squeeze and drive. So nice way to strengthen through the legs. We're working into the quads, into the abdominals, working on strengthening the back body here. Again, we're making sure the shoulder blades are coming apart. Hopefully starting to feel some heat in the body as well. Thinking about mobility and flexibility as well as strength today. Working here for 5. Well done. 4. So really squeeze and drive. 3. Nice work. 2. 1 more. And 1, drive knee to nose. From there, we're going to walk the feet all the way towards the hands and find our way into a floppy forward fold. Maybe giving yourself a little shake, a little wiggle out, whatever feels good. Moving the weight into the toes, hips are high, shoulders relaxed down. Inhale. Exhale. From there, engage the core, bend the knees if you need to, strong through the abs, roll up, shoulders come up, and the head comes up. Releasing to standing. All right, moving into our little standing sequence here. We're going to start off, we're just going to take some little heel raises and work on beginning that on posture. So thinking about engaging the quads, the glutes. Notice if you have a tendency to stick the bum out behind you. Try and think about inhale, feel the crown of the head being long, shoulders relaxed, core is engaged. From there, we're going to inhale, float up on the toes, maybe letting the arms float up as well. And exhale, slowly float down. Perfect. So inhale, roll, just floating up. We're thinking about strengthening the glutes, the calves. Keep that balance, shoulders relaxed, down away from the ears, exhale down. Nice work, awesome. Another 3, so just floating up. And slowly release. Really focus on that strong core all the way to, so that core is going to engage, and that's what's going to help us with that balance. And floating down 1 more time. So it is floating up and releasing down. Perfect. From there, inhale, reach up tall, shoulders stay relaxed, strong core, and exhale, twist. So we're opening the heart out, thinking about drawing the heart space open, stretching out through the heart. Inhale, reaching tall. And exhale, twisting, stretching into the other side. So we're yawning and stretching open here, keeping the core engaged. Try not to let the bum stick out behind you. So inhale, lift. Exhale, twist and stretch out. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Perfect. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. And exhale, release the hands back down. Perfect stuff. From here, we're going to move into our little twisting exercise. I'm just going to turn around so you can see. So we're going to take a wide squat. Fingertips to temples, elbows are out wide. So toes might be either pointing forwards or slightly further out. We're going to sink the bum down behind us. So remember, in that wide squat, what we want to keep is the knees stacking over ankles, strong through the core, hips sending out behind us, chest is lifted. From there, we're going to lift up. And we're just going to lower down again. So thinking about squeezing in the core, sending the hips out behind you, and then strong through the core, floating up. So sinking down, and then squeeze, really power up. Feel that strength in the quads, in the glutes. Option to stay there, option to sink, and twist. Taking opposite elbow to knee, rotating, working into the abdominals, slowly, carefully setting that foot back down. So it's sinking down low, squeeze and twist, rotate, working into the abdominals. Perfect stuff. So finding that lovely sink down through the hips, squeeze, rotate, opposite elbow to knee, working on abdominals, working on moving balance, working on the quads, on the glutes. So full body work here, twisting, really slowly, carefully resetting, sending the hips low, and powering up, twist. Grounding down, big toe, little toe, heel. Perfect. So it's going to sink, 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 squeeze to lift, and twist. Awesome stuff. So slow reset, strong through the abs, shoulders coming out behind you. Finding that knee to elbow drive. Awesome stuff. So sinking down, squeeze the core, lift, and twist. Nice. So slow movements, squeezy movements, thinking about the muscles that are working here for 5. So just synced and twist 4. Nice, so we're mobilizing through the spine as we twist. 3, 2, and 1. Release the arms there. So coming into the center of the mat here, shoulders are relaxed. We're going to move into a lateral lunge. So we're going to step out wide. The hands can come out in front of you. As before, make sure the hips are coming out behind you. We're stretching and then squeeze, strengthen, come back through center. So we're stepping out wide. We're stretching into the inside of one leg and then strong through the core, stepping up, stepping forwards. So sending the hips out wide, stretch, and strong through the core, gliding up. Perfect. So moving out, squeeze, 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 lifting through center, making sure that standing leg stays controlled. Awesome stuff. So stepping out wide, squeeze the core, really feel that power in the standing leg, and coming back through center. So option to stay here. If you'd like to make it harder, we're going to drive the knee towards the chest as we come from that lateral lunge. So we step out wide, sinking down, strengthen, and then drive knee to chest. One fluid movement, or if you want to, you can set the foot down halfway between. So again, we're focusing on strength and flexibility. We're also adding in an element of balance. Engage the core, try not to lean backwards when that knee comes through center. If you'd like to take it further, we're going to step out wide, squeeze the core to lift, knee lifts to chest, and then you can extend the foot, find that extended balance, and reset. So stepping out, knee drive, and then engage the core, try not to lean backwards, shoulders stay relaxed, kick out with that foot, return, and reset. Awesome stuff. Working here for 5. So sinking back, strong, knee to chest, maybe extend. 4, try not to lean backwards. So kicking out, knee to chest, maybe extending. 4, well done. 3, so stretch through the inside of the leg, squeeze the core, drive knee to chest. Nice job, almost there. 2, and 1. All right, give yourself a little wiggle, a little shake out. And from there, we're going to roll all the way down and find our way back to a plank-based exercise. So we're going to take the elbows down towards the mat and find our way into a forearm plank. So elbows are down underneath the shoulders, the core is engaged, the legs are strong. Option to stay there, option to drop down to a kneeling forearm plank if you need to. If you can, we're going to take hip rolls. So we're going to roll the hips from one side, squeeze the core, lift up and over. So holding, thinking about squeezing the core, lifting up and over from side to side, really powering into the legs. Nice job. So elbows power hard into the mat, squeeze the core, lift up and over, feel the shoulder blades come apart. Nice work. Working here for 5. So slow and controlled. 4. Elbows power hard into the mat, squeezing in the abs. 3. Remember, you can just hold if you need to. 2. And 1. Drop down to the knees there. And find your way up to table pose. All right, one more little exercise based out of table. We're going to extend the right foot and the right hand, strong through the core, and then moving the right hand backwards, the left hand forwards, and returning back. So we're thinking about strengthening the outer glutes, strong through the core. If you need to, you could plant the right hand down and just work with the left foot here, kicking that left foot forwards, trying not to let one of the elbows bend. What we want to do is focus on finding that sense of working into the side body, into the outer glute. You can plant both hands down. We're thinking about keeping that foot lifted. Should feel really strong for the core and working into the outer glutes. Working here for 5. Nice job. 4, 3, Awesome. So working on balance and strength. 2 and 1, swapping over. So just take a moment, engage the core. Right foot extends, left hand extends. From there, find that stability, make sure the core is engaged. We're going to reach forwards with the right foot, left hand moves back, and returning back again. So strong core. We're extending, powering into the outer edge of the right foot. Come back. If you need to plant both hands down and just move that right foot forwards and back again, feel free. Just making sure both hands stay grounded and both arms stay straight. Awesome stuff. So we're strengthening into the outer glutes, into the glute max and the glute med. Nice little mobility exercise as well, coordination. Really good for the knees. 5. Well done. 4. Remember to breathe. Keep the core engaged. 3. Almost there. 2. And 1. Nice job. From there, we're going to take a little shoulders twist. So left hand plants, right hand lifts. Inhale, lift and stretch. Exhale, right shoulder comes down onto the mat. Left hand comes out in front of you. And we are stretching into the right shoulder, stretching out through the spine. Deep breaths in. And working in there for 3. Inhale. Exhale. 2. 1 more deep, full inhale. Exhale. And coming back through center. Right hand plants, left hand lifts. Inhale. And exhale. Left shoulder comes down onto the mat. Right hand walks out in front of you. Inhaling. Exhaling. So we're just aiming to stretch out through the shoulders, lengthen through the spine. Deep, full breaths in. And out for 3. Inhale. Exhale. So releasing through the back body, stretching out. 2. 1 more deep, full breath in. And perfect. Planting both hands down. We're just going to swing both legs out in front of us and find our way to a double leg forward fold. So moving into a little seated sequence here. We're going to shimmy the sit bones out behind us and might want to start off with a bend in the knees. Inhale, reaching up, angling the body forwards. From there, we're just going to shuffle the hips backwards, stretch backwards, and find our way to a double leg forward fold. Letting the shoulders relax, chin to chest. Inhale, feeling the crown of the head reach forwards. The lower rib cage moves towards the knees. Exhale, relaxing down. Inhaling. Exhaling. So breathing fully into the back body. Feeling length in the spine. Deep breath in. And working here for 5. Inhale. Exhale, 4. So lovely stretch out. 3. 2. 1 more inhale. And exhale. From there, we're going to roll on up. And we're just going to take a cross-legged position. So any comfortable cross-legged position. Inhale, reach tall. And exhale, take a twist. Left hand to right knee. Right hand creates a second spine. Inhaling. And exhale, twist. Release. Just mobilize into the spine and the shoulders. Come back through center. Swap the legs over. Opposite leg in front. Find the sit bones down. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, take a twist. Right hand to left knee. Left hand out behind you. Stretching out. Deep breath in. And awesome stuff. From there, we're going to move into our saw exercise. So we're going to take the legs out wide. Thinking about finding the sit bone. So if you need to roll up the back of your mat here and give yourself a little something to sit on, or take a bend in the knees, feel free. We want to shimmy the sit bones back, so sometimes it can be nice just to give yourself a rather elegant shimmy backwards, find those sit bones on the mat, maybe even move the butt cheeks out of the way, flexing the feet, that's going to help, and we're thinking about finding a nice comfortable position. Taking the hands out wide, so we're finding flexibility through the legs, we're using the core to lift, inhale, and exhale, we're going to take a twist, taking opposite hand to foot, inhale, lift up through center, and exhale, twist. So squeeze the core to lift through center. Exhale, twist, rotating at the waist. So we're stretching all the way down through the side body there. Inhale through center. Exhale to twist and rotate, squeezing in the core, lifting through the chest and rotate. Nice work. So stretch, inhale and exhale. So the idea of this exercise is we're working on mobility and flexibility, but also thinking really about the core. So squeeze the core to lift through center and twist. We have to use the abdominals to support that lengthening spine. Perfect. Great job working here. 5, inhale. Exhale, really let the inhale and exhale help you here. So inhaling through center naturally contracts the abdominals. Exhale as we twist, rotate. 4. Perfect. So nice little stretch. Again, a really nice one if you had a heavy day on the shoulders. 3, 2. Looking good. 1 more. And come back through center. Perfect. Release the arms. Swing both legs out in front of you. And shimmy the sit bones out behind you. So we're going to move into our L-sit to reverse table exercise here. So thinking about angling the body forward, squeeze the core, flex the feet, plant the hands halfway between the hips and the knees, lift the butt off the floor, and then we're going to rock it up to reverse table, squeezing the core chest to chin, and then engaging the core to slowly rock it back, keeping the hips off the mat. So we're rolling forwards, chest to chin, squeeze to press up, and then slowly moving back, keeping the bum off the mat if you can. So just working there. Remember, we're powering up with strengthening the back body. So you should feel like the glutes are engaged, the shoulder blades coming together, and then we're squeezing the core to keep the bum off the mat. If you need to take it down a level, we're just going to take a reverse table press, and we're just going to press up into reverse table, squeeze, keeping knees, ankles in alignment, and then you can just slowly lower the bum down, and then squeeze back up. So entirely up to you. Rocking back, powering up, squeeze and press. Perfect. So slow movements. Working here for 5. So we're thinking about strengthening the abdominals, the core, the back body loads going on. 4. We're going to come to some lower abs focused work next. 3. Almost there. 2. And 1. Great job. Dropping the sit bones down. And from here, we are moving into a little crunch set. So we're taking the hands to the knees, engaging the core, shoulders back. Inhale. And exhale, chin to chest, squeeze the core, rolling back. And then imagine the tummy button is being pulled forward, squeeze the core, lift up, chest reaches through the arms, shoulders back. Awesome stuff. So we're rocking back, rolling back, inhale, keeping the feet grounded. And exhale, squeeze on up. So it's the top half of a sit-up, getting loads of work here. If you want to release the arms, and that's going to make it a little bit harder. So we're keeping the feet grounded. You're finding that point where you feel like the abs are really switching on. The chin stays towards the chest, and then you're using that power of the abs to lift up. So what we want to avoid here is any strain in the lower back. What we're doing is we're really focusing on using the core. Essentially what we're asking the body to do here is the muscles of the abdominals are supporting the weight of the whole of the torso as you lower, and then they have to contract to pull the whole weight of the torso forwards. So we're getting lots of work here, essentially using the weight of the body as a weight against which the abdominals have to work, so we're building strength there. Awesome stuff, working here for 5. So remember to breathe, lifting up shoulders back. 4, nice, looking great at home. 3, squeezy movements. 2, make sure those feet stay grounded. And 1, we're going to roll all the way down this time. And from there, hug the knees in, give yourself a little squeeze. And then engaging the abdominals, shoulders relaxed, back of the neck long. From there, engage the core to lift the pelvis off the mat. And then slowly lower back down again. So we're contracting the abdominals, drawing the tops of the hips towards the bottom of the ribs, and then slowly release down again. So squeeze, and release. So shoulders are relaxing, head is relaxing, focusing on engaging the abdominals, lifting, and lowering. So squeeze the core. So the idea here is essentially it's the exercise we just took. We're practicing engaging the core. That lifts the whole weight of the legs off the mat, and then we're going to slowly reset. So squeezy, 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 lift, and lower. Perfect. So finding that pure abdominal strength. Try not to rush it. Try to make it as slow as you can. Try to take the weight away from the hands. Feel it's the abdominals that's doing all the work. Here as we lift and lower. So strong contractions for 5. So squeeze the core. Make sure you're not swinging the legs up, but you're contracting the abdominals. 4. Well done. 3. Almost there. 2. One more little squeeze to lift. And slowly reset the pelvis, planting the feet down there. And from there, we're going to take our hands to the thighs, chin to chest, and then squeeze the core. The contraction of the abdominals lifts the shoulders, and then we're slowly rolling down again. So chin to chest, squeeze, contract, and slowly release down. Option to stay there. Option if you'd like to take it further. We're going to extend the legs, flex the toes, take chin to chest, squeeze the core, keeping the feet on the ground, lifting all the way up, maybe taking a little forward fold and rolling down again. So that's option 2. Make sure you're lowering and lifting with equal control. We're taking chin to chest first so that we're not using the neck to lift. It's the contraction of the abdominals that's drawing us up, and then we're coming down again. Awesome. Option to stay there, option to plant both feet down. We're coming into a traditional sit-up, so we're squeezing the core, lifting up, chest reaches forwards, slowly returning back down. Nice job. So strong through the core, keeping the feet grounded if we're coming up into a sit-up. Make sure that we're working from the abdominals. We're controlling both sides of the movement. Really slow, really powerful. So it's this sequential control of the spine, like we're rolling up vertebra by vertebra, and then we're resetting vertebra by vertebra. Awesome stuff. Working here for just another 3. Going to move into some side lying leg series next, 2, getting into the outer glutes, really great for the knees. 1 more wherever you are. Perfect. Well done. And rolling all the way down when you're done. Nice job. All right, from here, we're going to roll onto the side, and we're going to set ourselves up on the side. So we're finding a nice, comfortable position. If you need a pillow underneath that bottom leg, feel free. You might want to bend the bottom leg for this first exercise, or if you can, we're extending both legs out. Thinking about the core staying engaged, so we're going to start to focus on the outer legs, but keep that core engaged still. From there, we're going to flex the top foot, flex to lift, and point to lower. So we're flexing to lift that top foot. We're trying to stabilize, try not to wiggle from side to side, pointing to lower. So you're really aiming to energize the muscles of the legs. So flex to lift and point to lower. Imagine you're in water here. Imagine you're working against resistance. The aim is to really find that power through the outside of the legs. Perfect. Working here for 5. So moving with control, really power up, and then slow down. 4. Nice work. 3, 2, and 1. From there, the top foot is going to lift, and we're going to lift the bottom foot up to meet it, and we're going to lower both at once. So we're lowering and lifting both legs at once, squeezing the core, pointing the toes. Should feel a really nice, juicy bit of work for the outer glute and the side body. Gets a bit wobbly. Keep that core engaged. Find that stability. Awesome stuff. Working here for 5. So really feel that power in the outer glute. And lower. 4. So make it slow. Imagine you're working against resistance. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. All right, from there, we're going to just lift the top foot up, point the toes. We're going to do tiny little circles with that right foot, squeezing the glutes, powering into the outside of that right leg. Great job. Working here for 5. So really feel that energy in the outer glute. 4, 3, 2, change direction. I know that leg's probably starting to burn. Point the toes, tiny little circles. Feel that energy in the outside of the right leg for 5, 4, well done. 3, 2, And 1 from there, release. I'm just going to spin straight over onto the other side. So lift, so just set yourself up, find a nice comfortable position. If you need to crook that bottom leg, feel free, core is engaged. From there, we're flexing the top foot, pointing to lower. You want to really press out with that right foot, like you're trying to touch the wall, and point to lower. So we're aiming to activate the muscles of the legs. Almost imagine you're working against resistance here, really pressing out, almost like you're sweeping that leg through water and coming back again. So we're getting some lateral movement here. There's not quite a lot of lateral movements in today's class, aiming to not only work the front and the back side of the body where there's often those big muscles, but also get into those really important stabilizer muscles on the side of the body. So super important for knees, so pressing out and coming back. Great job working here for 5. So extend and slow lower, 4. Well done. Really pressing out. Feel that energy. 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to point the top toes, hover them off the mat, squeeze the bottom foot up to meet it, and then we're lowering and lifting, working into the outside of the leg, thinking about the core, staying engaged, lift, and slowly lower. So really powerful movements, lifting and lowering, finding the energy in the outside of the glutes, keeping the core engaged. Perfect. Hang on in there, working there for 5. So really juicy work for the outside of the legs. Core is engaged, 4. After this, just got 1 more side-lying leg movement, 3. Nice and easy, 2. Lift and lower, try not to wobble, 1 more. And release. From there, point the top toes. I'm just drawing tiny little circles with that top foot. Thinking about pointing the toes, keeping the muscles of that leg involved. Squeezy, squeezy movements, tiny little circles. Nice work. Working here for 5. So really slow it down, make it controlled. Imagine drawing the same circle every time. 4, 3, 2, change direction. Tiny little circles for 5. So energy into the outside of the leg. 4. Well done. 3, 2, and 1, release. From there, we're just going to swing the legs out in front of us and come up to seated. So final little seated exercise. We're going to take a rocker. So engage the core, shoulders back, taking the hands behind the backs of the legs, finding our way into this little modified teaser. From there, we're going to rock backwards, squeeze the core, and we're using the abdominals to lift. Shoulders stay back, so we're just rocking backwards and forwards, squeezing to lift. Options stay there. If you want to release the arms, feel free. That's going to make it that little bit harder. What you're aiming to do is squeeze the core, find that balance at the top. If you'd like to make it harder again, we're going to extend the arms, extend the legs, and we're going to take these little hollow body rocks. So we're squeezing the core, we're using the core to maintain that V shape, and then we're rocking up and really focus on using the abdominals to stabilize. So wherever we are, essentially what we're doing is we're creating a resistance that the abs have to work against with the rock backwards, and then we're using the abs to stop that movement. So we're moving by rocking backwards, and then it's the squeeze of the core that slows down and stops that movement. So loads going on here, little rock, and then powerful squeeze, 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 hold it. Remember, you can just hold them around the backs of the legs if you want. So we're just aiming to find that squeeze at the top, looking good at home. Well done. Awesome stuff. So absolutely belter exercise. Chin to chest, really fire up. Feel that abdominal whole of the body. Find that contraction, working on balance as well. Awesome stuff. Working here for 5. So little rocks and rolls. Really engage. Contract. 4. We're really near the end of class now. 3. Squeezy, squeezy movements. 2. 1 more. And release. Plant the feet down and roll all the way down to lie on your back there. Quick little stretch, taking your left ankle to the right knee, and it might be that that's enough for you. You might be able to take the hands to the back of the right thigh, or maybe all the way to the right shin, and find that really lovely, big, deep, juicy stretch down the back of the left leg. Thinking about the back of the neck being long, we're stretching in there, inhaling, and exhaling. Deep, full breaths in, and out. For 3, inhale, Exhale, stretching in 2. One more deep breath in. And out. And then swapping over there, taking the right ankle to the left knee and taking that little stretch through. So we're finding that really lovely, big, deep, juicy stretch down the back of the right leg. Inhaling. And exhaling. So relaxing the shoulders, focusing on length right down through the back of the right leg for 3. Inhaling. Exhaling. So softening down with the shoulders. 2. One more inhale. And exhale there. Taking the hands to the knees, just drawing some lovely big mobilizing circles, sweeping around one way and the other way. And then take a happy baby. So peace sign fingers around the big toes, knees coming into the armpits. Have a little rock and roll, pressing the lower back down towards the floor, drawing the knees into the armpits, the soles of the feet up to the sky. So we're finding that lovely stretch on the inside of the hips, little semi-inversion. 3, inhale. Exhale, nice work. 2. And 1. All right, from there, the knees are going to come together. The arms are going to come out wide, tucking the shoulders down the back. Lower back is on the floor. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly lower the legs to one side. And then squeeze the core. Find that power. Come back through center. Lower back stays on the floor. And so the idea here is that both shoulders are staying grounded. The core is engaged. Inhale. And exhale. Slow lower. We're powering into the lower abdominals, into the obliques. Maybe the legs extend up to the sky. Inhaling. And exhaling. So into the lower abdominals, into the side body. The shoulders are staying relaxed. Slow, 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 lower. And squeezy, powerful lift. Right up through center. So it's a lovely way to mobilize the lower back. Getting into the side body. Nice work. So keeping those shoulders down, focusing on power. Nice work. Make sure the lower back comes through onto the floor. If you need to reduce the range of motion, so just move a little way from side to side, feel free. Just make sure you're moving slowly, resisting gravity, and you've got the core switched on. Awesome stuff. Almost there. Working here for 5. Little lowers from side to side. 4. Squeeze through the center. 3. 2. And 1. Give yourself a little squeeze, a little stretch in there. From that, we're going to extend the legs up to the sky. Take chin to chest. Take the hands to the back of the left leg. Right foot is just going to hover above the mat. So we're taking a single leg stretch exercise, squeezing in the core, drawing the knee into the nose, stretching out down the back of the left leg. Lower back stays on the floor for 3. So we're using the abdominals to hold a bit like that hollow body hold. Shoulders down the back, chest moves towards the thigh. 2. And 1. Transition. Squeeze the core, lift and stretch into the back of the right leg. Inhaling. And exhale. So we're drawing in both sit bones, both hips are grounded, strong through the core. Use the abdominals to lift shoulders back. 3, 2, 1. Transition. Lower back stays on the floor. Move the legs with control. Chin to chest towards the thigh. Squeezing up. Keep that chin to chest. Protect the lower back. 3. Strong, strong, strong. So lovely stretch there. 2. And 1. Transition. So really great way to strengthen and stretch. Holding there. 3, 2, 1, and release the shoulders down. Legs in the air, lower back on the floor, and we're taking little fluttered legs there. So we're going to draw little X's in the air, lowering the legs to the floor, and then drawing little X's back up again. Make sure the lower back stays on the floor. If you need to take a little bend in the knees, feel free, and we're just drawing little X's up and down. Just take the range of motion as far as you can control. So if you can only come down a little way before the lower back starts to arch, that's your limit. Squeeze the core. And we're just focusing on the lower back staying grounded. And essentially we're taking this little variation of a leg lower. Taking these little X's in the air really makes us slow down. We get a little bit of lateral movement as well. So that's really increasing the intensity for the abdominal muscles. Final lower abs exercise here. Just take a final few little stretches after this. Working here for 5. So moving slowly, moving with control. 4, keep the core engaged, the lower back in the floor. Remember, shoulders stay relaxed. 3, almost there. 2, and 1, release. Awesome stuff. Give yourself a squeeze, drawing the knees in together and just drawing some circles to the lower back. We're drawing both knees in a circle one way and the other way. And from there, we're just going to extend the left leg out long, hugging with the right knee, and take a spinal twist. So left hand draws the right knee across the body, stacking right hip over left, extending the right arm out, inhaling. And exhale, release that right shoulder down to the mat. So we're stretching out through the chest, breathing into the outside of the right leg for 3, inhale. Exhale, 2. 1 more breath in. And out, transition. Right leg extends, hugging with left knee. Inhale. And exhale. And exhale. And and giving ourselves a little squeeze, and then interlock the hands, stretch out with the feet, and take a big full body yawn, maybe a little shimmy out with the legs. Inhale, reach on out, and exhale, shoulders and feet relax. All right, one more time. Inhale, wiggle and stretch and lengthen, and exhale, relax. Just taking 1 breath in and out here. Perfect. From there, we're going to sit up or roll up to seated. So finding your way to any final comfortable seat. Awesome. And interlocking the hands, turning the palms up to the sky, stretch on up. Take a full body yawn. Inhale. Really extend and lengthen. And exhale, take the chin to the chest, press the backs of the hands towards the front of the room, draw the shoulders down and apart, take an inhale. Breathe into the back body, exhale. Taking the arms out wide, pressing the chest forward, stretching out through the chest. So draw the shoulders down and apart, deep breath in. And out. And then give yourself a little shoulder roll, have a little shimmy out. And when you're ready, inhale, reach tall. And exhale the hands back to the heart. Taking a final deep breath in. And out. And have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks for joining, team. Namaste.